Here's a theory. Good teams are able to bear tough outings over the course of a season, while great teams seem to regularly learn from them. Tonight, the New York Rangers look to take one step closer towards being a great team as they battled the red-hot Florida Panthers at MSG. Coming into this one, it was all about Florida. In the month of January, they posted a franchise record 12 wins. Those same Panthers are also the NHL's points leader. While New York won their last game, it was by no means the best effort. Tonight's duel would give them the opportunity to learn from the mistakes of the past and head into the All-Star break strong. It didn't take long to see some action this evening. Just 35 seconds into the game, Mika Zibanejad scored an unassisted goal to give New York a 1-zip lead. The rest of the first was much less kind to the Rangers. They made quite a few silly mistakes in the neutral zone and were pretty weak on the forecheck. Eventually, Anthony Duclair would make them pay as he drew first blood for the Panthers and knotted the game up at 1. The second frame also seemed bleak at the start for New York. After K'Andre Miller was sent to the sin bin, Florida would get a critical power play chance. Sam Reinhart would cash in at the 2:18 mark via assists from Alexander Barkov and Aaron Ekblad. Trailing 2-1, the Rangers did not get discouraged. Instead, they committed to learning from Sunday's misstep and kept their nose to the grindstone. All year, Coach Colin has spoken about playing a full 60 minutes worth of hockey. It was clear that if his boys were going to come back in this one, they'd have to do just that. Shortly after the Reinhart goal, the youngster came through for Manhattan's finest. Alexis Lafrèniere made it 2-2 with help from a Chris Kreider assist. From that score on, the Rangers looked like a different unit. They began to chase pucks more aggressively and crowd out the Florida scores whenever possible. Deep into the second period, Chris Kreider would break the tie and put his squad back on top 3-2. That lead would hold as the game went into the third period, but you can be sure the 7th Avenue skaters weren't satisfied. A 1-goal lead is nice, but against a team like Florida, it could disappear in the blink of an eye. The final 20 of this one featured a great deal of physicality. Things got chippy multiple times, and at one point, New York center Ryan Strome even threw hands with Panthers forward Mason Marchment. Finally, at the 14:39 mark of the period, the Rangers got a much-needed insurance goal from none other than Chris Kreider. His 33rd on the season would give the Broadway Blueshirts a 4-2 advantage. A later Artemi Panarin empty net power play score would all but seal the deal, making tonight's final the New York Rangers 5, the Florida Panthers 2. After the game, Chris Kreider spoke about the night's progression and how New York's favorite sons were able to fight back and tame the Panthers.
Yeah, I don't think we loved our start. I think we were given a little too much time and space. We talked about how they were the best rush team in the league, and we gave them a bunch of rush chances. So I think we've seen whenever we have success, we're engaging physically. And it's forcing us to move our feet and close, take time and space away. When we're chasing the puck and just reaching and poke checking, I don't think we're nearly as effective and not as nearly as difficult to play against. So I think we also talked about in between periods, willingness to get in on the forecheck on some of those dump-ins, those chips, and win pucks back. I mean, they did a really good job of that in the first. Not just skating to skate, but kind of dictating the play with our legs, not waiting for someone else to make the play before we skate, and ultimately getting on pucks and winning puck battles. I mean, he asked us to play a pretty simple brand of hockey, and I think we did a better job of that in the second and the third. And we're a tough team to play against when we take time and space away.
The story of tonight as the Rangers head into a 2-week All-Star break is twofold. Learn from the missteps of the past and know what to expect of yourself as a team. It's clear that the New York Rangers don't dwell on past inconsistencies. Instead, they learn. and constantly strive to play a hard 60 minutes of hockey. With WFUV Sports, I'm Colin Loughran.